The Tao of Self-Confidence, episode 698. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits. Well, hello, friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap-Chan, and today I have an amazing lady on the show today. She is an LA-based actor, performer, and comedian, and I'm really excited to have her on and share her story with us today on self-confidence. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Sandy Velasco. Sandy, how are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to the listeners.
Hi, thanks for having me. I feel like we've been trying to get in contact back and forth, but I'm so glad to be on the show. Yeah, I'm based in LA. I perform mostly comedy, and I'm an actor first, and I do stand-up sometimes at the Ice House in Pasadena. So that's kind of what I do.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And Sandy, what's your cultural background?
I'm Filipino and Chinese.
Thanks for sharing that. And what would be your favorite self-confidence quote?
You know, the one that I hold on to the most these days, or at these past several years, is I went to church and heard a pastor say, he said, "Don't try to be successful, just be faithful." And I really thought that really resonated with my life journey, you know, of just as long as I stay persistent and not give up, then it'll be good.
Sometimes, we chase the wrong things, especially that, meaning or standard of success. It's like people think you need to have the nice cars, the big house, the fancy things, but it's really how you want to live your life, right? And, it's living according to your terms. So I really love that quote that you mentioned. And in your own words, how do you define self-confidence?
I think self-confidence is really just knowing who you are and what you have to offer to this world and to others, and not feeling like you have to explain yourself or have to defend yourself.
Thanks for sharing that great definition. And Sandy, what was your life like before your discovery of self-confidence?
I always thought that I was a confident girl growing up. At least I knew that I was capable of things, but it was always dependent on people's approval. So it's always people-pleasing, always filled with self-doubt. Even though I thought I did well in whatever it is that I was trying to do, it was always questioning myself. So, it wasn't very peaceful, I guess.
Thanks for sharing that. And I think that's something we all can relate, right? The people-pleasing. We feel like we always have to live for others, not realizing we have to live for ourselves first. And, what was that point in your life when you realized you can go out there and be who you are today, have that confidence? What was that aha moment?
I want to say that there's many little aha moments throughout, my life. I think that's kind of what happens when you're continually growing. But I remember specifically that what stuck out was years ago, I had just broken up with, a really, I don't want to say bad relationship, but it was like a relationship where it turned out to be something that made me question myself, my self-worth. What is it really that I'm doing? Why am I trying to act, or why am I trying to be a performer? All that stuff. I was really questioning that after that relationship. And God has always been the central part of my life, so I always go back to Him. And I just remember having to remind myself that no, I am created a certain way. It's very unique. It's not like everybody else. So I needed to be reminded of that I shouldn't be like other people, because I am who I am. I came with a set of gifts. I came with, a set of abilities and talents, and I should be able to embrace that. And right after that, I had this opportunity to go to Japan and help with the relief efforts with the tsunami victims. And the first thing they said was we needed people to lift spirits, not to build anything, not to clean anything, but because of the time frame, we just needed people to be able to encourage people emotionally, lift their spirits up. And I thought, I think I can do that. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a builder, I'm not any of those, but as an entertainer, I can do that. And when I did that, I really came home and felt that seal in my life about with who I am, and I have something to offer, and it might not be as tangible as, making things or building things or anything like that, but I can certainly help in this way. So I was able to entertain them, make them laugh, make them feel things through dance, through art, through drama, even through comedy. So it was great.
Thanks for sharing that. And I think that's great that you were able to use what you have and, create a positive impact. And a lot of people don't realize, our talents can make a big difference, right? Even if it's just one person. And sometimes we kind of discount it or knock it down thinking we're not good enough. But, you went out there, you entertained them. They, had a few laughs. They had memories that they can, go back and say, even though it was a bad time, I was able to look at the bright side of things, right? So I think that's really great. And, because of that realization, what's your life been like now?
Oh man. It's funny as I'm thinking about this, it's very different. I feel more freeing. It's very freeing, very empowering. It's just a lot more joy because I think I am at peace with who I've become and who I think I will be. So it's been great. It's been great.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And, to the woman who's listening to your episode, she may be in her own journey to self-confidence. What would be that one tip you would give to her?
To the women out there who is trying to find self-confidence or in the journey of that, I just want to let you know that you are already special who you are because you are unique and nobody else is like you in this world. So offer what you have to offer and don't be apologizing for it, and be bold and don't be afraid to reevaluate if things need to be reevaluated. And there's no shame in failure. It's really how you get back up and how you persevere and persist in life. That's really what counts.
Thanks for sharing that. I love how you mentioned, there's no shame in failure because it's so true, right? I know when we're younger, we've been brought up in school, if you fail, something's wrong with you. But, failure is part of the process. It's really just helping you course correct to your path or whatever it is you want to do. And if we can just, teach people that failure is part of the process and it's a good thing and there's nothing wrong with it, there'll be more people out there who can just get back up and just keep going. So I really love what you mentioned. And, if our listeners wanted to get to know a little bit more about you and what you do or check out some of your work, is there any links or social media profiles we can connect with?
Yeah, I feel like my industry, you should be in everywhere. So I have a website, sandyvelasco.com. You can check out my IMDb. Just search for my name, Sandy Velasco. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. The Sandy Velasco.
Thanks for sharing that. And to our listeners, if you want to connect with Sandy, you can also head on over to thetowofselfconfidence.com and search for Sandy's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else that we talked about. And I really just want to thank Sandy today for taking the time to share her story and tips with us on self-confidence. So thank you so much, Sandy.
Thanks for having me. It's been an honor. It was fun.
Not a problem. It was really great having you on the show. And to our listeners, be on the lookout for another new episode of another amazing woman's journey to self-confidence. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of The Tao of Self-Confidence. Get your free audiobook by visiting our website at thetowofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits.